I'm going to introduce our next guest, Philip Russo, who is the CEO and owner of Heavy Duty Homes, which is a full-service custom builder and general contractor that has also a broad range of experience in commercial building design and renovation, serving both Metro Toronto and South Florida. Welcome, Philip.
Gonna take you down, deep down to the front. Gotta blue.
Look at him bringing his swag up here.
Goddamn shaking my body.
Got nowhere to put my cognac. Think we're safe. I don't know who the fuck let me speak in front of 700 people. I was told to talk about three things: how I got started, the services we provide in Florida, and the benefit to you to building in Florida. So a little bit about myself. We started building homes in Toronto many years ago. Went off on my own in 2016. And when Justin Trudeau went on the TV and told me that I'd get fined if I was working, I decided I had to get the fuck out of here. So straight to Miami I went, place I knew I was safe. Straight to Miami I went. I started making connections, fucking talking to different people, realtors, designers, lenders, making some noise down there. And then I came back here and I said, you know what, things are 10 times better over there. There's so much more opportunity. Oh, nice. So much more opportunity in Miami. Now, whether you're doing real estate, lending, or designing all over South Florida, Miami's just where the business is done. That's where you're going to meet all your contacts. That's where you're going to make all your money, and your actual jobs and lending and builds and construction is all going to happen kind of around the border. So if we're talking about investing in South Florida, my personal experience is going to be with Airbnbs. Now, I do a lot of work in Miami Shores. Miami Shores is kind of like, if I had to compare it to here, it would be like the Mississauga. So it's about 20, 25 minutes out from downtown Miami. It's close enough to get to everything. It's close enough to get to downtown. But it gives you just enough property, just affordable enough to be on water, maybe have a boat parked. And, construction costs are not as bad as downtown Miami. They're not as good as Fort Lauderdale or Tampa side. But you can buy a house for, 1.1, put about 300,000 of rentals in it, and then Airbnb it for about, 20, 30,000 bucks a month, because it's going to get booked out. It's large. It's got many rooms, many bedrooms available. I mean, Miami Shores is the way to go. In terms of building, it's fucking impossible to do without a contractor or builder who doesn't know the game and the ropes over there. So if you're going to buy a property, you're going to make 10 times more money on your income on it if it's a luxury property. Miami is the number 2 luxury market in the world, next to Dubai right now. They were just named that this year. So if you're going to buy a property, you're going to want to pump some real money into it. What does that look like? So weekly turnarounds, you want your property booked out, I guess, Thursday to Sunday, every week of the month. That's the goal. If you're going to buy something that has a $4,000 a month mortgage on it, you're going to be making at least that. You want to do at least 2-3 times that amount. So you have to put some real money into it. And that's the services that we provide. So getting down to how we manage shit over there, the workforce is terrible. It's fucking brutal. Number one, we have a language barrier. Not to knock, different cultures and shit, but going from Toronto to talk to Cubans and Venezuelans and Colombians, you're trying to tell people, I want my tiles laid like this with a fucking 1/8 grout line and hardwood on a 45-degree angle. It's not going to happen. You got to have translators on your job sites. And then you got clients that are upset at you because they're spending, lots of money and shit's not going their way. So you've got to be there 24/7. That's where we come in. So my job is to constantly fly down to Florida and interview different builders and see who's capable of doing the projects and then supervising them. So when you guys decide, I'm going to buy this place, I want to make it a luxury build, I want to charge this much per month, Phil, what do I got to spend? I'm going to say you got to spend $500,000. I'm going to be the guy who's down there every other week making sure that things are going right. That's why I started this service 2 years ago. So I'm pretty much an independent broker. We have a pretty good outfit here in Toronto, but we started this because I have a lot of clients here that wanted to move to Florida same time that I did, and I said, you know what, better I do it than nobody else. No? I got the call from Nick about a year and a half ago. Nick Regina called me. He goes, "What are you doing in Florida? We want to do it too." So let's come down to the office. We'll talk. I'll let you know. After we spoke, half-hour conversation, I figured, they're gonna start applying for visas, maybe start getting down there. These guys fucking exploded in Florida. Parties, 20, 30 guys at a time. Everybody from Toronto was down there, and I loved it. I loved everything that Spark is doing, so I want to take a second to appreciate and thank everything that they're putting on, because they're changing the game here. I've had a lot of experience with realtors and lenders and designers and everybody in Toronto, and we've always had a very hateful attitude towards each other. Fuck that realtor, fuck that builder, fuck that designer. This room is a bunch of people that are geared towards the same goal. So it's very good what we're doing. It's very good what they're doing. And, just fucking thank you. I'm going to keep it short. Does anybody have any questions? Other than where's the cognac and where's the tequila? Square foot pricing. That's a good one. So in Toronto, luxury homes are starting at about $600 to $800 a square. In Miami, it's about $1,200 to $1,400 US per square. Anything north of that, we're kind of at par with Toronto, minus the dollar exchange. So if you want to do anything in Miami or Miami Shores, what would cost you $1 million over here, it'll cost you about $2 million US over there. If we're talking Fort Lauderdale, if we're talking Tampa side, we're pretty much bang on at par. Any other questions? Why? It's so much more because they have no workers over there. So there's so much in demand. And they have the clientele to pay for it. So Miami is a lot of foreigners. The people that are local don't have any money there. All the money is foreign when you go south. So the foreign people, they don't know who to hire. They just want a good job done. So they're going to hire us. I'm going to hire a company that charges $2 million to do your job, your renovation or your build. But then I got to make sure that I'm going to fly down there every 2 weeks for the next year and make sure that it works. I got to get paid for that. So now your $2 million bill is going to cost you $3 million. But you're a guy who, you're used to that. Maybe you got 20 million and this is just another home for you. So it's that much more valuable for you to pay me to make sure that these guys are doing their shit, because you don't know what they're doing. I do. That's why that whole model works over there. You couldn't do that in Toronto because we have a very DIY mentality. In Miami, it's business owners, it's successful people, they get shit done, and they know the dollar does that. How's it for permits? Permits are easy, they're expensive, so they cost twice as much as Toronto, but we get them in a third of the time. So when I'm dealing with realtors over there and I gotta buy a property and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna rezone this whole thing. They're like, Phil, this is gonna be really hard. This is probably gonna be like 3-4 months. I'm like, are you stupid? This is 2 fucking years to get an answered no in Toronto. You know what I mean? So, but here the permit's 20 grand. Over there it's 80, 90 G's US. But you get it right away. So people pay to have things done.